Petermen and the Moda Center bribe. Hey, Brandon Roy. Anyways, took this bribe that the Moda Center would be set up and that Jenny L. Clark could do it. Now, that bribe stemmed from O'Shea saying, when I was out doing my job in Hillsborough in 2008, I came back to my parents' house for 3 days, right? Just to stay and chill with my dog. Well, during that, there was a guy named Antoine at the meth addict Mike's that the cops came down to my house for. Now, Chris Peterman thought he could lie and say it was Anthony Hoff, and so did Michael O'Shea. And they thought they could lie to the prosecutors in Columbia County and have immunity to do so and say that Anthony Hoff was from a meth house. Chris Peterman took this bribe. He fully willingly knew it. And then he went on to set up the Moda Center later on. Why I had to go when my dad was still alive and all of that to prove that Chris Peterman was federally racketeering off Jenny L. Clark. And that's going to be a defense of Jenny L. Clark because that's what Roseburg down here let in to Portland and Columbia County because they felt like Chris Peterman could not have an informant with immunity against his bar license. And Chris Peterman has to defend himself as to why. He has to get all the laws and all the evidence that he could have indicted Daniel Joseph Boom. He could have indicted Lyle Boom. He could have indicted Dave Boom, who are all now dead because of Michael O'Shea and Chris Peterman. So he has to get all the laws to prove he could have indicted them and they committed a crime because Bonnie Boom would have never had to pay for a bail reduction or bail out of Lyle Boom's inheritance, and my dad and everyone in the Boom family was paying to bail me out of jail so I could talk against Chris Peterman and Michael O'Shea. They have to prove that this wasn't a plan. They have to prove that Chris Peterman and that Keith guy, who's the main criminal defense attorney, did not use the judges in here and the prosecutors to bribe themselves using Anthony Wilkins against the Boom family and using Kyle Torkelson's little mishap on his probation against the Boom family. They have to prove all of this. And you understand that, Chris? You better have a whole fucking law firm to prove that you didn't use Shay and Cody and Danny Gray's family to go against Jenny L. Clark's federal Moda Center setup. Because that's some organized criminal unit shit out of Portland and some joint terrorism task force shit.